Hey everybody, welcome to lessonswithtroy.com. I'm Troy Brenningmeyer. Well, I wanted to do a real quick gear review today on one of my favorite affordable small pieces of gear that I own, and it's this Roland microcube amp. And it's really cool in that it can run off batteries, 6 AA batteries, and it actually saved me on a gig the other night. The power at the coffee shop that we were playing at went out, and I just happened to have this in the truck, and we had an acoustic bass, acoustic guitar, and then I played lap steel through this, and it worked out great. We were actually playing by candlelight. It was a really cool gig. No power in the place. And also, when I go to the Maui Steel Guitar Festival, a lot of the students use this amp. Even some of the musicians just put a mic right in front of it, and play it live on stage. So it's got a great little sound to it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to, in just a little bit, mic it up and show you what it sounds like. But if you're interested in this amp, I'm going to put a link in the description where you can buy it or go to learn more about it. But the other thing I really like about it is it has reverb on it. It has delay and reverb and some other effects, chorus, flanger, phaser, tremolo. Has gain, you can have an overdrive or distortion sound to it. It's even got a little tuner. I don't know if you can see all that, but I'm going to switch camera angles here and fire it up. I'll play lap steel through it. I'll play guitar through it and just give you a good idea of what it sounds like mic'd up with, I think I'm using a Shure Beta 57 mic, I believe. And, not a real fancy microphone and no effects going through the studio, just micing it up. And any reverb that you hear will be the reverb effect on the amp itself. So let's go ahead and switch gears here and I'll show you what this sounds like. Okay, so real quick, here's what I'm going to be playing through. I wanted to do a few different examples here. The first one is just this affordable Airline lap steel by Eastwood Guitars. And, that was what I shot a lot of my C6 lessons on. And now I've got this Asher student model 8-string by Bill Asher out in California that I really like. And I'll play it on that too. And then I'll play a little guitar on this G&L. I believe it's an ASAT Classic Telecaster. So you can hear what all these sound like. But I know a lot of my students might be watching this that play lap steel as opposed to guitar. So let me go ahead and play it on this Airline lap steel just to show you an affordable amp, affordable lap steel. You can really get going learning lap steel and not have to, fork out a ton of cash right off the beginning. But if you want to upgrade, I do recommend getting in touch with Bill Asher. He makes some great lap steels as well. Okay, well, let's check out what this sounds like now. Okay, so I got it to where you can see what effects I'm using and what amp settings I'm using and all. So I believe this was what it was set to when I was playing at that coffee shop, which I really like this JC Clean here. And as far as the tone, I turned the tone down to where it's more of a bassy sound. Let me just... And once again, I'm playing that red Airline lap steel that you always see in my videos. So that tone's turned down. Now listen to all that reverb. You hear all that? So that's this setting. Let me turn the reverb off and I'll show you what it sounds like. So here's no reverb. So that reverb really adds some nice sound to it. And I'm probably using way too much. So a great little sound for a little bitty amp. And I've got, so I'm just using batteries. I don't have it plugged in. So 6 AA Yeah, 6 AA batteries. Notice how the gain's all the way down. My volume's about halfway up. Yeah, so we'll just focus on the clean sound, trying to get a good clean sound right now. But yeah, I like that reverb to be pretty thick on there. Just kind of fattens it up a little bit. Let me show you what the delay sounds like. So there's a little delay, you can hear it. But the thing that I like about this is just like how I'm doing this in the studio now, where I'm just have a mic set in front of the amp. I see a lot of people in Hawaii doing that. Just, instead of bringing a crazy big amp, they'll just bring one of these small little battery powered ones and put a mic in front of it. Bobby Engano uses the stereo version of this that it has a little bit more power to it, but it has 2 speakers and yeah, a lot of people use that one too. I'll try to put a link to that one in the description on here too, if you're curious what that one is like. But this comes in different colors. When you look for one, you can. I think it's white and red and black. I got the black one. Let me turn the gain up and see what we got. So say you wanted to play some blues, turn that gain up. And I like to keep it on the JC clean, actually. I think that has a cool sound to it. Now I'm in C6 tuning, so that's why it sounds so Hawaiian. But if you had open D tuning or GBD tuning, you could get some cool bluesy sounds. You can still, if you use the minor pentatonic scale. Let me turn that gain all the way up, or at least way up, and show you what that sounds like. I'm going to turn the volume down too. So you should be more overdriven now. Now that would be, I'm not getting a real overdriven sound right now. Let me try one of these other settings here. Okay, so I'm trying it on the British combo setting. Turn it up a little bit. So not a bad overdriven sound for a little amp, Like I said, you probably will want to put a mic in front of it. It's not going to be real loud if you're playing with a band, without it mic'd. But if you're wanting to just practice, in a small room, I think it's great. It has a headphone jack too, so you could play with headphones if you want them. That's still on the delay setting. Let's put a little reverb on that and see how it sounds. so I like that sound. Now check out my tone, how far down I've got it. If I were to turn that tone up, so that's a little bright for me. I kind of like a little smoother sound. So let me try some of these the classic stack setting. Let me try that. Okay, so that's a little bit more or more overdriven, seems like. So yeah, so it's putting out some volume here. Okay, so that was the classic stack setting, and I'm not gonna. Let's try one more, the rectifier setting. So that'd probably be a lot more for guitar, you know, more heavier rock kind of guitar. Okay, and then it has an acoustic setting. More of a clean sound. Okay, and then the black panel, that would be just, I think it just kind of goes up in gain staging, you know, so the black panel would be just, we started on JC clean, so let's try the black panel. But, you know, if you're just starting off and you don't have a bunch of pedals and effects and everything, it's a really cool amp for the price to just be able to, you know, battery powered. It has all these different kinds of amp sounds, and which are kind of like pedals in and of itself, kind of more overdrive or distortion kind of sounds. Reverb, delay, you know, let's try some of these other effects like Flanger. I'm going to put it back on what we started with, the JC clean. You know, if you turn that gain up, it does fatten it up a little bit. It's just not as super clean as if you know, turn the gain all the way down. So it's just a balance between the gain and the volume. If you turn the gain all the way down and just use the volume, it'll be super clean. But if you turn the volume down and then start upping the gain while the volume's lower, it'll be a little bit more overdriven sounding. So there's that chorus effect with reverb. So let's put a little bit more heavy chorus on there. Not a huge fan of chorus because it just kind of sounds like you're out of tune. Kind of a cool sound. But you know, the way it, you know, two notes that might be slightly out of tune with each other kind of have a natural chorus effect. Actually, I kind of like that. Let's try the flanger. Weird effect. And then let's try phaser now. Okay, so let me put it back to where we started with, and I'll try just a regular guitar for all you guitar players out there on YouTube that might be watching this. Let's see what this sounds like with my ASAT Tele guitar. I'll switch over here and let's turn it back to where we started. So this guitar has a real nice country sound to it, and I'm just going to use the bridge pickup for some of this. Let me turn it up. I'll turn the tone up too. So let me turn the gain up, and you'll hear how it fattens up. Let me just strum a chord. So there's just a G chord. Okay, let's try to get some gain now. I'm going to turn it to the Brit combo. Just keep going up in gain. Now here's the classic stag. Okay, let me keep going. I think that's the rectifier setting. Real heavy. Let me turn the gain all the way up, see what we got. That's just with the bridge pickup on there. So yeah, it's got a cool tone to it. That rectifier has that modern kind of sound, I guess, real distorted sound. Not so much overdriven as, more of a distortion. So you could dial that tone in. If I turn the tone way up, it'll get probably too bright. colors with the delay on there. Yeah, so that's kind of fun to mess with. Let's go back to where we started, and I'll try the Asher 8-string. Just strum a few chords, show you what it sounds like with a different lap steel. Okay, so we're back with my 8-string here, and the Asher student model 8-string. And if I just strum a few chords here, you can kind of get an idea. Real heavy reverb. Let me turn that down. So when you turn that gain up, it breaks up just a little bit. So if you're wanting a really, really clean sound, I'd turn that all the way down. And just turn your volume up. So notice how I have the tone down. Okay, so before I sign off real quick, I wanted to show you just what the back of this looks like. If you can see that, I'll just kind of describe it. Looks like we have a record out or headphone out. You have an auxiliary in, like say if you have a MP3 player or something, you can plug that in. Your power button is right there. And this other thing I didn't really talk about, the tuning fork, is kind of cool. Not sure if you can hear that or not, but there's a little button you push here on the top and it gives you a reference pitch. And I don't know, this one's fairly old. I'm not sure, what all the new ones, if they changed much in the new design or whatnot, but it's kind of neat. And then you can turn it to A flat or A double flat, depending on what you're going to be tuning to there. So anyways, that wraps up my review of this cool little battery powered, or, you can plug it into a wall too, but little handy amp. It has that little carrying handle on it. And it's a great little amp for if you're looking for an affordable amp, to play your lap steel through or guitar through, and just throw a mic up in front of it. If you wanted to bring it through the PA, you could even do that like I was doing in the studio here. Cool. And check out the description for links for more information and where you can buy this. Okay, we'll talk to you later. Thanks for checking out the video. Bye.